Okay.
All right. So.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
I want to take a quick mosey around the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean to find. What was his name? What was your servant's name?
Charles will be with me.
I mean to find Charles.
All right. So the hotel that Einor is staying at is not that far.
Okay.
And you can get there eventually. Einor, at this point, will be in your house, in your room.
Depends how long it took me to do the investigation I did for the.
So the investigation you did was mostly you and maybe Matilda and Charles as well asked around in a couple of places at the local library, looked through some old newspapers, that kind of thing, and returned, and with the information that you got. It probably didn't take you that long. You were probably just arriving as soon as he is knocking on your door. Arriving back home as soon as he is.
Oh, I'm not knocking on his door. I don't mean to go to Anwar's room.
All right. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
I mean to find his room, and I mean to stay out of it. I mean to wait.
All right. So you
wait for Charles to leave the room.
All right. So you go there and you wait, and eventually Charles has made his way back, and he is unlocking the door.
I'm just going to kind of wave at him, and kind of wave him over to me.
And he just kind of looks there and he says, he puts the key back, and he says, "Yes, sir. What can I do for you?"
Charles, is that correct?
Yes, my lord.
I need to have a talk with you. Have you spoken with your master about the events of earlier this day?
And he just says, "I'm not sure to which event my lord is referring to."
We had experienced some rather disturbing things. Einrohr, though he is a fine warrior, and I most certainly owe him my life, may not be fully capable of understanding that which he's seen and how that may have affected him in ways that are beyond normal understanding. If I could just borrow you for a moment, a brief walk, as for him and possibly his enemies not to overhear him,
And he said,
I will explain it all to you.
I said, and he says, well, in that case, absolutely. This is gonna be, I think though, a deception check.
6.
He says, well, first of all, let me give him a.
I don't have inspiration or anything.
Well, he got, assuming that I used something like a commerce stat block, he got around a 5, so.
Okay.
Alright. So,
what time of day are we running around to? Is it getting dark?
at this point, it is still around noon. It's not getting dark yet.
Okay. Okay. When I take him outside, I want to take him to the, and I want to start walking him towards the Hellgate estate, and I will, in a very long, droning detail, explain what had been happening at the actual, at Lady Charlotte's estate.
Yeah.
And I want to bring him to my house.
All right, and you bring him to his house, and he is clearly agitated about being brought back here. And he says, "My lord, is there a particular reason we've stopped by your manor?"
Yes. Einrohr and I had a brief conversation that you had seen or believed you had heard something in my basement. Guys, that'll pick it up. You had seen or heard something in the basement that you did not understand or may have frightened you. But I do believe that may actually be a part of what is inflicting Einrohr. And I know you're a man of intelligence, and I know Einrohr is a man of intelligence. So I should like to show you the basement, and I should like to show you that there's nothing there but aging barrels.
And he says, I would be glad to be assured, my lord. I'm not sure. I do confess that, my lord, that I have been possibly overstepped myself in exploring your house, and that I did get a feeling here that unsettled me. I have not. It is not that I have, but I should assure you, it is not that I have seen anything. It is that I have felt something.
Well, perhaps to the confession that you wrongfully tread the premises of my family's home, to make it up to me in an act of contrition, you would join me in the basement so that I could show you there's nothing to fear in my home.
Right.
You will be here a lot, as certainly Einrohr and I have a growing business partnership. As you are his servant, you will certainly be here a lot, and I would hate for you to feel uncomfortable.
And he says, well then, my lord, lead the way. I would be happy to make amends.
Okay. I will take him into the house. I will take him downstairs.
All right, so you take him downstairs, and as soon as his footsteps hit on the basement, his foot steps on the basement, first basement step, you can see he just gets a shudder, and he says, forgive me, my lord. I'll just be a second. And he takes a bit to compose himself, and he gets back his sort of professional bearing, his sort of, let's call it a butler's bearing.
Sure.
Yeah. I figure that we can all figure out what that means, especially if you are a fan of Batman.
Mm.
And he follows you downstairs.
I close the door behind us,
Uh-huh.
and downstairs. Charles.
Yeah. Yes, my lord.
Charles, do you feel that?
And he says,
You,
I do.
Do you feel the quiet echoes and the whispers in your mind that could come from nowhere in this basement?
And he says, yes, my lord. I do.
Charles, the Hellgate family has been a staple of this city since before its foundation. In fact, you could say that the Hellgate family is the foundation of this city. And each house has its secrets. And you have unfortunately stumbled onto ours. And you must understand. And I put my sword and my whip on the ground, and I step towards him. And as I do, my body begins to contort and twist. The sounds of bones snapping and teeth pulling. You can't leave. And I will make an attack on Charles.
All right.
Can I get this as a surprise?
You can get. Yes. He is. I'm going to say he is surprised. He is also. Sorry to say this. Isaiah.
Level 16 war.
No, he is probably a commoner, correct?
Yep.
All right. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
16 to hit.
That definitely hits.
So I run over, and I open my large extended jaw, and I latch onto his throat.
All right.
That is actually going to give me a free grapple against him.
All right. So he's grappled.
With that, I am also going to... That'll be damage, and I am going to use the force of the multiverse to try and bite his neck in half.
All right.
That is going to be 8 points of damage.
That is exactly double his hit points.
So I rip his throat out.
Mm-hmm.
And I will open one of the very large barrels that is empty. And I will drop his body in it. After I loot it.
Alright, so mostly you find a scroll, now bloodied, identifying the person as being a representative of the Moonshadow House, and giving the province that we have not yet named, that Ironmore is from. And you find a little bit of spending money, no more than about 15 gold. 20. Yeah, no more than about 20 gold worth of spending money, and a little tiny note from Einwar that says something. Was there a note that you had given him earlier?
Just a shopping list of the things him and Matilda were supposed to get.
Yes, just a shopping list of things that he and shopping list.
Okay. That's all for the night.
Wait, I'm at your house this whole time.
You're upstairs. I'm in the
upstairs.
basement on the other side of the house.
Okay.
Well
That's what I was-
insulated.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what makes sense.
And you're asleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
He insulated
Why-
his killing room very well. There's lots of egg crates.
Oh wait, you're asleep in the Hellgate Manor.
Yeah.
All right. So
You're about to
Edwin Monty, when you sleep in the Hellgate Manor, you have a nightmare, and it begins with you feeling like you have been waking up. Cal is there shaking you, and she says, you've got to help me, there's something wrong with Archie. There's something wrong with Archie. And she takes you downstairs, and the stairs seem longer than they were before. And she eventually takes you downstairs and further, and you come to a room that you have not seen before. Now, you have not actually seen the basement, but you can kind of tell that this might be what a basement looked like.
Right.
Except that it seems larger somehow than the rest of the house. It is the walls are so far back that you can barely see them in the gloom, and Archie is standing there, his back towards you, and then as soon as you get there, you hear whispering in your head, and you can't tell where it's coming from. And then Archie is saying, "I can hear them. I can hear them all the time. They never stop. They never stop. Why won't they stop? Why won't they stop?"
Is that
Now make an intelligence saving throw when you wake up to see how much of that you remember.
You done that 20?
I don't know
14.
what that is. 19.
All right, so you definitely remember going into the basement, and you definitely remember seeing Alistair there. You can't remember what the whispers said to you,
Okay.
but you can remember Alistair saying, "I hear them all the
Alistair
time."
and Archie.
Archie.
Archie saying, "I hear them all the time. I hear them all the time." Too many A names. It is my own fault for doing that. But you hear Archie saying, "I hear them all the time. I hear them all the time."
Isn't that exactly what the one guy's note said?
The guy-
That
yeah,
went
the-
crazy with the
guy with the thieves
rats.
guild.
Yeah, the were-rat dude
Yeah.
who attacked everyone.
Yes, tiny voices in my mind. Something like that.
I mark his house on the map when I wake up.
All right. When you wake up, you mark his house on the map.
When I go home, I
Alright.
just want to make sure I'm going to talk to, if I can find my parents, I'm going to talk to them.
All right.
And I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm going to make sure that they know that something not good has happened at the Renhold estate, and that Lady Renhold and her daughter might come here. I offered them, I said they might just need some time. I
Alright.
probably mentioned that the grandmother has died.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also, whether or not I can find them, I'll tell the butler, just because he would be the one who answers the door anyways.
All right.
And I have
You-
him set up some rooms in a private wing, just in case
So-
they should choose to come over.
You do find the butler. He is able to get you in contact with your mother. Your mother is there. Your father is out on business.
Okay.
And your mother listens carefully, and she says, "Kelly, you always were a very caring person, and I'm very proud of you to hear that you are doing your best to take care of people in need." She says, "You know, I had my doubts about you joining the Monster Hunters Union, but I can see that it hasn't changed you whatsoever, and that you're still the very caring girl that I remember."
And then, I mean, whenever I'll head back, that's the only thing that oh, no, I want to go get some healing potions.
All right.
Back
All
at
right.
Archie's house.
Yeah.
I will not be there. I will be at the Brenthold estate.
Yeah. You are at the Renhold estate. You are there asking questions. What kind of
Do we
questions?
know that you're there?
No. He never told anybody.
So we don't show up. You don't show up, and we just don't know why you're not here.
To be fair, he also left before Archie said
Okay.
Archie said, "Let's all meet up here."
Okay.
So it's quite reasonable to say that he probably never figured out you were meeting there. And when he left, he said, "Let's meet at the Renhold estate."
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait, so then would I not know either? Because I was like running. I know.
No, we had the conversation at the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there for that.
Yeah, you were there for that.
Then Ironmore was there for that too, right?
He
No,
left.
No,
we
no,
had
no.
he left Archie's house.
Oh, okay.
I'm
We went
talking
back
about
to
when you left
Archie's
Archie's
house. And then,
house.
okay, cool.
Yeah, so we met at Archie's, talked about what
We
we
had
would
the
do.
What you
food.
talking
Yes,
Yeah.
the food.
Mm-hmm.
Character secrets. Can I know?
All sorts of character secrets.
Does Dominic get everything he goes to buy? Can I get my healing potion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, how much would it take? You said 100 gold for the stuff to rebuild the forge, right?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
How much the,
I had not.
like an
I had
alchemy
actually
to it.
turned my phone off, so I wasn't able to see.
Yeah, just how much for an alchemy lab, too? Like
How
just
much.
something basic to make potions and stuff.
For an alchemy lab, let's say an extra 50 gold.
Okay. So, she shows up back at the house with a donkey and a cart just filled with materials.
That word donkey.
Hey, they can carry 400 pounds apparently.
That ass is carrying a big load.
Oh, yeah. He just drops it off at the forge. And goes back inside. At this point, I'm assuming Archie's cleaned himself up.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just come out in like breeches and a towel from the bath.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, perfect. I'm gonna get in next. Where is it?
It's just to back of the room, far to the left, back corridor.
Alright.
Should still be warm.
Let me know when the others get here. You can
Well-
never turn down a good bath.
Of course. My potion I spoke of.
Yes, it's on the cart.
Cart.
Yes, I bought a cart.
4?
Just go and look, you'll see.
I'll go outside.
Like, it's just essentially lighting up with like stonework, like refractory glass bottles, iron, coal, wood.
I'll take the donkey back to the forge and hitch him up there with all the shit.
And eat him.
That's
You
gross.
almost got me.
8 gold for that donkey.
Payback for the
Oh,
dozens of times
Did you
you
get my
got
healing
me?
potion? Is it on there?
Yeah, it's on
Okay,
there.
alright.
I know. I try not to make things go so you're in front of your computer now.
Thank you. That's quite considerate.
Alright.
So on my way out of the whorehouse, honestly, Lady Rose, just can't remember her fucking name.
Rose works.
Has anybody mentioned my other self yet? Is he known? Has anybody?
No, and she says no.
No.
Not yet.
No rumors?
No. You are anonymous.
That's good. I'm gonna grab one of these roses.
If I may give you some advice, do everything you can to keep it that way. The last thing you need is to be made when you're in that line of work.
I'll do what I can. Sometimes I haven't yet, but sometimes people get caught.
Well,
But luckily, when I have been, those that have caught me haven't turned up either.
well then, I'm sure you'll do great.
Thank you for introducing me, and thank you when Mother was found for taking me in here. You know what I had to do before that.
And she says, it is a debt that I owed your mother, and it is something that I have done before with many people in your situation. So do not thank me for what is, at this point, part of my job.
Here's 30 gold. Can you please have somebody take it to the orphanage?
And she says, absolutely.
Thank you. I should be back, but if not, you know where to find the rest of it.
Yes.
I'm gonna take one of these roses. You know where it's going. On my way back to, we're meeting up the Reinhold estate, right?
Mm-hmm.
On my way back to the Reinhold estate, I'm gonna stop by a particular alley
Not the Reinhold Estate. Everyone's going to meet up
at Archie's.
Archie's. I'm
Okay.
going to be the only one at the Reinhold
Okay,
Estate.
I'm gonna stop by a particular alley about halfway through. Look around, make sure no one's looking. Is anyone looking?
No.
Okay. And I want to lay a flower down.
All right.
I want to say it may not have been human, Mom. This entire time I've been searching, trying to find them. I thought it was going to be human. I thought it was going to be a little easier than this. But I will get them. I'm going to kill whatever it is. If somebody else gets the last blow, I don't know what I will do. But I will get who or what ever did this to you. I'm gonna find your eyes. I'm gonna get them. I drop the rose and walk off.
All right.
And then he just like straightens himself up, wipes off his eyes, checks himself in a puddle on the way out of the alley, and just walks forward.
All right. So, you wanted to...
Actually, I have a question
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah.
But I noticed that Charles hasn't come back yet before I left for the Reinholds.
You would have, definitely.
Okay. I'm going to tell Matilda to stay in the house and wait for Charles.
All right.
I'm going
Never
to take.
comes home.
Yep. I'm going to take the carriage with me now.
All right.
All right, I'm heading to the Reinhold estate to ask them questions.
All right. Since your retainers are mainly just Charles and Matilda, you're driving it yourself?
Yep.
Okay. So you drive your carriage to the Reinhold estate. You get down and you approach it. Knock on the door. A butler enters and says, "My lord, I didn't expect you back here."
I have a few questions.
And
I did some research and I would like to ask the mother some questions.
Right. And he says, I can see she is currently dealing with. She is currently with her daughter. I will see if if she can be disturbed. And after a little while,
What was the time of that?
so you said you wanted to head around there around 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So it is evening. The sun is just finishing setting. All right. Eventually, Lady Charlotte Reinhold does meet you, and she says, "Is there something else?"
I just have a few questions. I did some research about what's going on, trying to figure out what's going on here. The coma your mother and Alistair fell into. Other nobles have also fallen into that. And we also found something about a Valholic.
He says, Valholic? Yes, my mother visited him just before it happened.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you're aware that he also fell into something similar as to your mother.
Yes, my mother was telling me about it. I didn't. The clerics assured me that there was no way anything like that could be contagious. I had even asked them.
Mm-hmm. And even mind, what was the relationship?
For that, you would have to have asked my mother. Suffice to say, they claim to have been old friends, but there were intimations that they could have been something more.
Okay, I'm going to bring up the other names of the noble family also.
Yeah, and she says, you are aware that some of those other families aren't nobles, right?
What do you mean?
Some of those people that you mentioned, they don't have titles. There's a number of those people. They're not. I mean, I would have known. They're names that I don't recognize.
Okay, all right. Another thing like that. When exactly did these? If you know, when did these people start falling into these homeless?
No, I would not be able to tell you. Valholic was around about a year ago, and my mother, when she visited him, was just a few months after that. But I wouldn't be able to tell you when these other people did it. I had no idea how so many other people had happened. Do you think it has something to do with Artemis? I said Artemis. I have Alistair. I just keep
so many names.
So many A names.
There's only
Alice.
two.
Go back to the campaign. Just everyone's an A. God.
All right. Do you think this has something to do with Alistair?
I'm not sure. Once the others come back, well, they're on their way here, and until they come, will you mind if I have full access to the house to look around and see if there's anything that can help?
And she says, absolutely.
All right. I'm gonna just look around.
All right.
Mainly her room, Alistair, and try to find any hidden thing or anything.
Give me an investigation check.
I believe that's 24.
All right. You don't find anything hidden.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
I already told you about Alistair's journal entries that he had written about before, right? In last session.
Yeah.
So okay, because that's the only other thing you might have found, and I just wanted to make sure that you had already found that.
Okay. Well, I'll just walk the house and look for anything out of the ordinary.
All right. So you don't really find that much out of the ordinary.
All right. Then I'm going to wait for everyone else.
All right.
Hey, and I'm also going to check out the crypt since I'm by myself.
You're gonna go by yourself to the crypt?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, she said that usually the ghost comes around at night, right?
The people come around at night. Yes.
Oh, then I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
I was about to say, man, that Charles wrapped up quick.
All right. So you wait. Everyone eventually, in a couple hours, everyone arrives. All right. So they're of course you may of course been surprised to find that a certain person already here. Yeah.
I'm going to also look for the house for the McGucket. Any clues about the McGucket?
The MacGuffin
Yeah.
that we're calling it.
Yeah.
What we should be calling it is the relic. That's what. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to look for anything that leads to the relic.
Nothing that you could find. No mentions of it. No pictures in Alistair's room or mentions of any strange relic or anything like that.
Also, check the grandmothers as well.
Yeah, the grandmother's room is totally normal.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then I'm just waiting for everyone else.
There's hard candies and really old
I
blankets.
take all the hard candy.
Well, I mean, she's not using it anymore.
Are
so
they
yeah.
Werther's? Are they Werther's original?
Because then you're sharing this.
You better fucking share.
You find a bowl
Those
of
are
peanuts, and as you start
best.
eating them, one of them has a little chocolate left on them.
But you're allergic.
So as we arrive at the house, I'll look to everyone and I'll say, how much do you want to bet that Einrohr is already here on top of the game? Nothing, is it?
I don't have money to bet.
No.
Just, who's Einrohr again? Which one of you is that? You all look the same.
That's a little racist.
That's
I'm clearly the darkest person here.
Is your character though?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm medium dark.
Like I said, his character is
Caramel.
white because Isaiah wants to know what privilege is like.
That is really bad.
I'll approach the door. I'll approach the door and I will knock.
Right. All right. So you approach the door, you knock, and the butler opens the door and says, "Oh, my lord, your associate is already here."
Excellent. If you could send him towards the crypt, we will be heading that way post haste.
All right. So the butler eventually finds you, Einrohr, and says, "Your associates are here. They're heading towards the crypt."
Thank you. I'm going to head their way.
All right. All right. So eventually, you all meet up, and you all head towards the crypt. Now,
I
how
light
do
my lantern on my hip.
All right, you've got your lantern on your. All right.
I put my.
Do you toss any coins out in front of you? I
As
finally
long as
figured.
they
I
shine.
finally figured out. I finally figured out what those were for in the actual game, but I'll talk to you about that later.
Is this a Dark Souls thing?
Bloodborne.
Because it's
Which is
either
technically
fucking okay, so it's either fucking JoJo's Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Are
It
the
was-
only things in Batman that Dan makes references to.
All right. So you eventually
90%.
make your way towards the crypt, and you. How do you approach the crypt?
I think if we all come together, I will. If Philippe, if you'd like to join me, and I think we should try and sneak towards the crypt to do a little bit of reconnaissance to make sure nothing is creeping around.
I have an idea. Might be able to help you with that. I cast my dancing lights, and whichever direction they go in, they sneak them off towards. 40 feet on either side of them, I put my lights to distract whoever might be over there.
All right. So strange lights in the graveyard. That's not at all.
And then the other
creepy.
lights I keep above me.
Yeah, that's not at all
Rolling around.
creepy. And so these lights. So can I get stealth checks then
Yeah.
from Philippe?
I
and-
hand my lantern off to Cal
All right.
because sneaking with a lantern is bad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh,
A different O for me. 12?
21.
21. All right. So you get. Let's see. What did I say? Yes. All right. So you get kind of closer to the crypt, and you could hear two voices in there. And if you want to listen closer, I'm going to need a perception check.
Take the perception check.
Yeah, same.
15.
Same.
All right. So both of you hear very clearly. Someone says, "I don't like this. He was supposed to be here an hour ago. We were supposed to receive our orders." And the other one says, "What do you mean receive our orders? Our orders are always the same. We go out, we find some bloke, we dig them up, and we bring him back here, and he does God knows what with that thing in the pit." And the other one says, "Yes, but he's usually here by now. And how are we going to know who to dig up if he's not here? What if we dig up some famous bloke and then it's all over the newspapers tomorrow?" And and the second voice it says, it starts shushing and says, wait a minute. I see lights out there." And he says, "Well, what do you mean lights? Like there are houses nearby." He says, No, I see lights floating out there. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's the lordling. He's just carrying a lantern." He's like, "When has he ever carried a lantern?"
Should we? And whisper. This is in hushed tones. Should we wait for them to come out and ambush them when they do, or should we go back and get our group?
We should ambush them. Look, I'm not proud of this, but can you give me a hoist up to the ceiling, up on top of the crypt?
I drop down to a knee and I get ready for boosts.
All right, so acrobatic check with advantage, because he's helping you. I'm gonna treat that as a help.
Well, I'll just keep the natural 20.
Yeah, that. So you just.
Sorry, I rolled it just for fun, and it was a 19.
All right. So yeah, you place your boot on his hands, and you just in a couple quick leaps and bounds make it up to the rooftop, and you make it look so effortless that Archie's down here wondering why you even needed his help.
And I whispered to him, I'm like, I'm just gonna kill one of them.
All right.
Say it again without whispering.
I'm gonna kill one of them.
I nod, so I'm going to prepare to do on non-lethal damage to the other.
All right. So.
And I'm ready, like, as soon as they come out, one of them is getting extra stabbed, if that's a thing.
And then the other one is going to get extra stabbed, non-lethally.
Like through a leg or
So
something.
can we just drop the chat? Zach is playing Batman.
Yes.
Dropping off the top of a crypt, going to Crime Alley. He's Batman.
He kills, though. He kills. Batman, quote unquote, doesn't kill.
He's Thomas Wayne
He's the
Batman.
cheap
Yep.
Batman.
All right.
Drake, pick your Batman that shoots.
But he didn't know his father.
All right. So.
Jason Todd.
So eventually, two people come out of the door. One's kind of tallish, the other one's kind of short. Not short enough to the point where you would think that they're a dwarf or a halfling or something. But they come out. They're wearing ragged clothes, and so.
I'm gonna attack the tall one.
All right. So remember, you have advantage, and you get sneak attack. And because it's a surprise, or it's surprise as well, if that deals anything. Because I forget if you're an assassin or a swashbuckler.
So, swashbuckler.
All right.
So, 16, 21.
That hits.
So, damage is a D8. I don't like that. But plus 3, plus... $12.
All right, so you just jump down on this other one, and you take out your rapier, and you just go straight through the guy's neck, and then just, and then he falls over, and you pull out your rapier so that it doesn't get stuck in the ground, and he just falls over, and the other one goes, "What the hell?" And do you want to resolve your attack now?
I slide out. I rolled a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
I slide out, and with the pommel of my rapier, I slam it into his throat, and then I use the power of the multiverse to really push him back, his head against the wall, for 7 points of damage.
All right, 7 points of damage, and you were going to make sure that you're not hitting that you're hitting him and you're not knocking him out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to knock him out.
All right, so he's not knocked out, but you've got him pinned to the wall definitely.
Okay.
All right. So he's pinned to the wall. He can barely breathe. It's, what? Who are you? What?
Cover his mouth.
All right. So you've got his mouth covered. At this point, I think it would be appropriate for the rest of the group to make their way there. All right.
I imagine if you have dark vision, you could probably see most of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there clapping over my head, like, yeah!
So are you telling us what's going on? I can't see in the dark.
So you can't see?
She can't see either.
He can see.
I can see.
So only me and you can see
You
it.
have
Say,
lights around your head. How far can you see with
10
it?
feet.
The lights are way out there.
No, I
he
have
has
4.
two.
I have 2 that are
Oh.
way out, and I have 2 above us.
Yes.
But that it only lights like 20 feet.
Oh, okay.
All right.
30 feet.
So
I'm
yeah,
just
you
terrified.
can definitely see what's going on there.
so I'm just gonna walking off, like, alright, guys, they already killed someone. We're gonna go stop them again. Before another grandma gets it.
Whatever.
All right. So.
Oh, that felt good. Oh, man, it's been so long.
Alright,
I
alright,
needed
stop masturbating over your corpse over there.
when they come over, I'll throw the guy on the ground, in front of them to let them deal with him.
And he just was like, what? What the hell is going on? Why did you kill Todd?
I'm gonna hold out my rapier,
Alright.
just to his throat.
Alright.
Tell
Alright.
us everything you've been doing with Alistair.
And he just says,
For as long as you've known him, we want every single detail. We have time.
and he just says, it's not much. He approached us in a bar. He said he'd pay us for specimens. 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 That's
Specimens, goddammit!
All right.
You guys
And
have to
so
do it
we go out, and we dig up people. Not too bad. Not too.
Just
not
that
right.
enough. Come on, use your words. You're
All
an
right.
adult.
Yeah, and then we bring them back to the crypt, and he feeds them to it.
To what? Use your words. Again, you're an adult.
It's a plant.
Sorry, I can't not think Little Shop.
Yeah, that's in my head.
First
First place I went.
Okay, so you're telling me, so
He's got some kind of it's large. It has flowers on it, and it picks up things and entangles them, and the
I
they
smacked him with
resolve.
the pommel of my rapier.
Okay, like give me just a normal rapier damage, and we'll call it. No, don't
damage. Okay,
just
good.
normal rapier damage.
Because I would have missed.
Anybody else want to jump in this interrogation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna say, Philippe, I got this. I got
Alright.
this.
All right.
I'm gonna pick him up, brush him off. How you doing today?
He says, I'm not very well.
Yeah, I bet. Sorry about my acquaintance. He's kind of rough.
I'm gonna kill you later.
Ignore him. What's your name?
Tom.
Tom. I'm sorry about that, Tom. Now, you were saying there's some type of plant.
Yes, he can control it, but he says that it's an experiment. It eats the debtors. It just eats it keeps them and stores them, and then eventually it dissolves them somehow.
It only eats the dead.
I've only ever seen it do that.
Let's
But
find
it's-
out. Let's feed him to it.
Again.
We should elaborate that, though.
It's dangerous and deadly. He has told us only that he can control it. If we go down there, it might kill us.
I'm gonna take out my wine skin that's filled with fire whiskey. Are you a drinking man, Tom?
And he says, yes, I am.
Here, take this. Calm your nerves.
All right, and then he takes a big old swig, and he says, thank you. He says,
Yeah, it's all right, buddy. Why don't you go ahead and show us?
I don't. You're not gonna go down there, right?
Don't you worry about that, Tom.
All right. And he says, oh, okay. And he leads you into the crypt, and he says, there's a switch he presses, and then this, and he points to a statue of what seems to be an old ancestor of the Reinhold family, and he says, that slides back, and then he throws the corpses down in there, and then he presses it again, and it slides back into place.
All right, Tom. We thank you for this. So here's the thing. We've been paid to make sure whatever's been going on stops. So I'm assuming you and the other person you were with were paid by Alistair to carry the bodies.
Yes.
Okay, and you did it at night, and whatever he disguised you as some type of ghoul or ghost.
It's just made us. Yeah, disguise? No. This is just how I normally look. Why is there a problem?
Well, that's unfortunate.
You look horrible.
Philippe,
Jesus,
Philippe,
hair product.
Philippe.
There's all sorts of things you can use. Wash your
Hey,
face,
Philippe,
man.
why don't you go for a walk, buddy?
I'm gonna stab him.
No, you're not.
We can feed him to the plant. It might eat live things.
Philippe, I have a plan. Go for a walk. You're kind of murder happy right now.
Can we open the thing? I have an idea to see what it is at least.
Okay.
I'll open the crypt.
Is it feeding him to it?
You open the crypt?
I'm gonna stand right next to
who got
Philippe.
look for
Me.
anything, or-
I'm
I
gonna.
think
I
she's gonna
mean,
get some oil.
I mean, you can
Pour
get
it
an
down this hole
You can
and
try an
shine it.
investigation or perception check to try and find it. It's a stone button, so I don't know if somebody of a particular persuasion might have advantage.
All right, Alan, you got this.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Dominic,
Will you be so kind, man,
please.
please?
Oh, it's always find this button, find that button.
You know, Dominic, to be fair,
Hi.
you said we all look the same.
You do.
So, in equality, we can assume the dwarf can do well with stonework.
Doesn't mean I have to do it.
It kind of does.
All right, so I'm gonna go look around for this stone button.
Yeah.
Pretty
That
sure he finds it.
will be
What's like
at least an 18.
Yes. So you do find the button. Do you press it?
I take out my chalk and I draw a circle around it and
Alright.
some big arrows pointing at it. Your button, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
I'll walk over to it. Whenever you want me to hit it, I'll be happy to.
Yep.
Thank you, Dominic, for your contribution.
And Tom says, you're not. Do I have to stay here?
No, Tom, but you do understand. We simply can't let you go.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. And then he just kind of, you see him kind of inching backwards a bit, a little by little, and then he turns around and tries to book it.
We'll just watch him run.
Oh no. Yeah, we'll let go.
You say Tom tries to
He's
book it?
running, but we're
Yeah.
right by the door, right? Because we just came in.
Yeah, he's trying to book it, and you're right by the door, so you could intercept him, get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I'm gonna smack him with the pommel of my rapier.
All right, you will get your attack of opportunity, and so there's probably someone within 5 feet of you, so you could also get sneak attack if you hit. And you can do non-lethal sneak attack, as allowed.
I'm within 5 feet of him. I said I was standing
Yeah.
next to him.
Yeah.
19.
All right, 19 to hit. Or
No. Oh, I was assuming a 17 hit.
Yeah, 17 does hit.
19 damage.
19 damage. Yes. All right.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's more than enough to knock him clean out.
I checked both of the bodies for things.
All right, so they mostly just have each of them has a pistol, and that's about it.
All right. Does anyone not have a pistol that wants one?
I'll take
I
one.
get all the ammo.
Would
Yep.
I be proficient in?
It's a martial weapon.
Then I could take one.
I'll pick the other.
I don't have too many ranged options. Does one of them have all of the chambers full?
How much ammo is in?
I think these are like flintlock style.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's not
So
a.
it's a one shot.
Do they have any bullets on them?
Yeah, it's like flintlock style.
Can I ask a quick technical question?
Yeah.
Are we reloading with an action or a bonus action, or are we worrying about reloads at all?
So it works like reloading a crossbow, right? The idea is if you're making multiple attacks per round, is you normally allowed to make multiple attacks a round. When you do that with an action, when you try to do that with a weapon that has a reloading function, it doesn't work unless you take a feat specifically like crossbow master.
Okay.
Right. Because you'd have to use one of your attacks as
Is reload basically.
Okay, so with the pistols, we do need to use an attack action to reload?
So
You can only use it once per round.
Basically.
So, like, if you have multi-attack, you can
Okay.
attack with it once unless you have a feat.
yeah.
Like
okay,
a
but
crossbow.
on the next turn, like if I have
Oh,
two
you can
attacks,
still attack
I
it.
stab, shoot, and then on the next round, can I shoot again, or do I need to use one of my
yeah,
attack
no,
actions?
yeah.
Okay.
And next round you can do it again, so you can
Okay.
you can be like bam bam. So that is totally
But you can't go bam bam in one round.
no.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not unless you've got some kind of feat that lets you do all the sticking the ramrod up the thing.
Or if you're about, or if you're about, or if you're about.
That's how you reload a food box pistol.
Or if you're about 3 feet tall, you have a cheetah skin loincloth and a big ass club. Then you can go bam bam all you want.
You can just bam bam.
Uh,
Or if you're an Italian cook, you can bam bam all you want.
The bam.
It's a way to make things spicier.
Yeah, only to spice things
It's
up.
spicy.
I find a gun spices up most things.
all right.
I could
All right.
use
Oh, sorry.
I could use a ranged weapon. I don't have any ammunition.
How much ammo did I find?
We'll say each of them is about 20 bullets.
Each has 20?
Yeah.
I found 20 bullets.
I don't even need that, honestly. Just a few.
Oh, here's 10. Here's 10 for you. Here's 10 for you, Einor. Does
Okay.
anybody have a pencil?
Pen.
That'll work. So now I had 29 bullets.
So I have 10, correct?
Yeah, you guys have 10.
I'm not going to use it that often, but I realize I have no ranged
I want to
options.
use this one
I have
because it's going to
Slasher
be
of a spear,
amazing.
but that's a one-hit wonder.
I can throw.
It has a range.
Shall we descend into the crypt then?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and,
I can do that. No,
gag
I
him.
think I'll
Yeah.
add
and I'm
it
gonna
on
take
here.
the other body
Yeah.
and carry it.
You're gonna carry it.
Yeah.
Well, is it the stairs? Either way, we'll find out.
Well,
we do
you
this.
haven't pressed the button yet.
I'm standing 3 foot away, 5 foot away from it.
All right.
Just enough to see if like if it opens straight down, I can still see down.
All right.
I'm gonna stand next to Bun and say, "Hey, Doc, you've been kind of here for a bit. Do you do anything special besides fight?"
I do all sorts of special things.
Cool. Thanks.
I make things. I break things. I find buttons, apparently. That's a new one.
Yes, this button, and I press it.
Okay. So the
Oops, sorry.
statue moves.
That'll do.
And just kind of moves aside, and as soon as it gets like part way across, a big, long green vine comes up, wraps around it, and a large plant pulls itself up.
I thought about it.
All right, you throw the body.
Yep. That's the
It
only
catches
one.
it catches the body instinctively.
Yep.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
That was not what I was planning on having happen. What's that? What? It's on my horse for a while.
I've been waiting.
I was gonna sacrifice my
for a
familiar.
while.
What'd you say?
I was gonna sacrifice my familiar to find out what it was. So
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like a pit. I was just gonna see through its eyes until it fell down.
God, I wish I had the morals to cheat, but I don't. My moral compass.
You have the moral compass, but you do have the moral compass to stab a man to the neck.
Yeah.
Okay. Feline will stab a man in the neck. Zach will take his actual role.
We'll also stab a man in his neck.
I'm not saying, but at least I will take the role that I get.
All right,
Sure, I may stab a man in the neck, but you know he'll deserve it.
all right. So Archie, what did you get?
Archie has a 16.
All right, Cal.
I'm still taking notes. Hang on. Initiative is okay. 9.
All right. Philippe.
10.
All right. Edwin.
10 as well.
10 as well.
Yep.
All
You
right.
can go first.
I have a +3.
So
Well, no, you get to choose who gets to go first in
Oh.
fifth edition. That's a rule that nobody really uses because it's
Yeah.
not like the other older editions.
Everybody wants to go
I kind
here.
of like it going by dex. Just
Dominic.
I get a 5.
All right.
I partially use the rule that like
Einor?
if like one person is 100 feet away and the other person's right in the action, the person in the action goes first.
That's cool.
yeah, it makes
What
sense.
did you
I like
get?
that
We all
idea.
rolled real crap, didn't we?
That one moved. I have a 16.
All right.
Okay, I thought
Archie,
it was
you're
mine.
up first. This large green flowering plant with what looks like corpses stuck between its leaves and vines has just pulled itself up into the room.
I am going to pull my shield. If I move while I take an attack of opportunity, I hit the button.
All right, so you hit the button.
but I was
you would
with
have
Cal
to.
and
You would
Dominic.
have to. You would have to move. You would have to
Pardon.
move outside of its reach, which is 10 feet.
Okay. I would. What I would like to do is, I want to run and take cover behind one of the tombstones, and I want to throw a flask of oil at it.
All right.
before
So
he does that, I got a question.
within the crypt, you can run and take cover behind like a coffin or something like
I'll
that.
do that.
The tombstones are out in the graveyard proper.
Okay. Yeah. Then I will jump behind a tombstone, and I will just throw a flask of oil and try to start coating this thing.
All right.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Because I tossed the body, would it be distracted by eating, or so we wouldn't get a surprise?
What it? I don't know if we would get a surprise round, but it did. It will have it in its grasp.
Okay.
Which is
Alright.
probably important.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9 to throw the flask.
All right. That does not hit the giant thing.
Since
It
it's
lands-
grass based, does fire do double damage?
Super effective.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah. Well, the oil does not hit.
Okay.
Did the flask break?
The flask did break. There's oil on the ground in front of the thing. So, if you were to get it to move on to the oil, just pointing that out.
Okay. And I end my turn behind it.
All right. So, its turn is coming up, and the first thing it's going to do is take the corpse. There's a sort of green energy pulses through the vine that is holding the corpse that you threw, Einroar, and then it sets the corpse down, and the corpse begins to move.
That's so fucking cool. That is so fucking cool.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let's see, what is this? All right, so that acts immediately after it, according to the rules. So put that here, and then the next thing it's going to do is try and make a couple tentacle attacks. So,
I'm 5 foot away from it.
all right, you're 5 feet away from it.
Because I was standing right next to where it opens up. 'cause I
Yeah,
was
it will.
looking
It
stuff.
will. It will try and attack you. It
Right.
got a natural. It got a natural 1.
I was like, wait, this is working.
All right. So the tentacle tries to go and attack you and misses completely, and we'll say gets itself wrapped around another part of the statue on accident. So that tentacle is tied up for the moment. It's got 2 more that it's going to use. Another one. So who else is within that range? We'll say
I was within 10 feet, but I'm ducked behind a coffin.
you are ducked behind a coffin. It's going to try and attack. It's going to try and destroy the coffin. That would be enough to hit the coffin, and it just kind of breaks the coffin in 2, and so you are now exposed and no longer behind cover. And then the third tentacle is going to try and get you again. And this time it hit you, I believe, because that's a 19. So let's take a look. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
6.
Okay, so you also take. So you take about 9 bludgeoning and 12 poison damage.
9 bludgeoning. Okay, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Can't do math.
All right, but the one tentacle is now tied up, so it's only got the 2 that it can use for now. And then
I have 1 hit point.
All right.
Good thing you bought the
How much
healing
did it do to
potion.
you?
12 point. It did
21.
21 points of damage.
I thought you said less. I'm like, what?
21 points of damage.
All right. So it's the zombies' turn, and zombies are in the Z section of the Monster Manual Guide. The only thing in the Z section, as I recall. Yep. So
Was that
the zombies.
No, was not. It was.
The zombie is going to move forward and try and attack
If it
Andway.
wasn't a candle, it's fine.
All right. So, does a 20 hit you, Edwin?
Yeah, even with my mage armor.
All right. 3 bludgeoning damage.
3?
Yeah.
I can handle 3.
All right.
He's about to get
Wow.
fucked up on my turn though.
All right. All right. Einor, you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna rush in to the plant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Green Flame Blade.
Awesome. This is what we need. All right.
Will I have advantage with so I can flank with Archie?
Yes, we'll say yeah. You get advantage. You can flank with Archie and get advantage.
Natural 20.
Sweet.
Jesus.
So you crit. So you roll your damage die twice. I do modify once.
As a bonus action, I'm going to summon my Great Axe.
All right. Yeah. So roll that d12 twice.
11.
You double the dice, not the modifier.
Okay. So that's 11, 17, plus 2.
19.
19. And it takes 3 fire damage.
So 19 slashing damage and 3 fire damage.
Yep.
All right. And then you also, I believe, you also get extra fire damage to another thing.
Yep, within 5 feet of it.
And we're the zombie hit him with 5 feet.
Yep, so that also takes 3 damage.
Sweet.
I'm going to burn my action surge to do it again.
Sweet.
Natural 20 again.
Jesus.
Is that 2 natural 20s?
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
it was. Let's see this dice real quick.
Now I have the cranberries stuck in my head though.
Did you just
'Cause
throw
we
an
keep
after
saying
20 on the
zombie too many times.
Zombie.
I hate that song.
I love that
3
song.
bases.
I'm sure it was a good song, but it's played so much, I can't do it anymore.
I don't like whoever's covering it right now that they play on
14.
100.7.
I like it. I think it's pretty decent.
14, 14 slashing, 3 fire, and the zombies also take 3 fire.
All right. The Zeds, maybe. Sorry. All right. So that is significantly hurt. That the corpse flower seems to be significantly hurt, and since you got hit with a green flame blade twice, I'm going to go ahead and give it a sort of Constitution saving throw to see if it's on fire. We'll set that against a moderate DC. It made it though. Alright, so it's not on fire currently. If it was on fire, I would say it would take extra damage, but who knows? Maybe it'll step on that.
The oil.
The oil. Okay. All right. So the next one up, Edwin.
I actually said Philippe could go first.
Oh, Philippe.
Because we both rolled 10s.
I will, because I was like toward the backish of the group with Cal.
Yeah.
How far away from it am I?
We'll say about 25 feet.
Well, that's unfortunate. Because that's my speed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move 10. Are there any people within 5 feet of it?
Yep, me.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to move 10. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it with my rapier. I mean, shoot it with my rapier.
Slides a rapier.
All right, I guess I am Batman.
And he's now playing Squall.
I am going to shoot it with my pistol.
All right.
That's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
That's a D10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy shit. That's a 22 damage.
22 damage.
And then I'm going to use some of my movement to move and hide behind Archie.
Okay. Archie's on the other side of this thing.
I roar.
Yeah, so you're gonna hide behind Einor. Alright, so give me a stealth check.
Oh.
Unless there's anything else for me to hide behind.
You could try hiding behind a coffin, but that didn't work well last time that happened.
He's not a rogue. No, I'll hide behind a coffin.
Alright, cool. So give me a stealth check.
Good thing I'm a rogue. 15.
Alright, so you are definitely hidden. Alright.
I was going to thumb.
So, Edwin, your
I
turn.
was going to thumb.
So I can't do what I want to do because everyone's in the way and it would kill you. I want to thunder wave it, but I can't.
Can't you place it? Oh no, it originates from you, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna cast Reduce on it.
You're gonna cast Reduce on it?
Yep.
Alright, so what kind of saving throw does it make?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's a Constitution saving throw DC 13. So
Alright.
On blow.
Natural 16, total of 19.
And I still have the zombie right in front of me, right?
You still have the zombie right in front of you.
Fuck. Alright, cool.
Alright, Cal, it's your turn.
Where is everybody? So the plant is right next to
Uh,
Einroar and Archie
and Edwin.
and Edwin. Edwin, you're right up close there. You're like 5 feet away.
I was 5 feet away, so he made a zombie, so it's me, zombie, plant, Einroar, Archie, and then
Philippe is hiding
Cool.
behind a.
And I'm right by a button.
Oh,
Wherever
that's
the button is.
your favorite terrain. All right. I'm gonna run over to the zombie then,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna attack it with my great sword. And can I get in between that and Edwin?
Yeah, you could try to force your way in between that and Edwin. I'll let you make an athletics check to do that. It would push Edwin back a square, and you would take the square that Edwin did.
Okay.
I like that idea.
13.
We'll say that's enough. You don't need that much to push Edwin around.
Okay.
hey, I have a very average strength.
All right.
You do?
And so then I'm gonna attack the zombie with my greatsword. Oh wait, and then do I get advantage?
Yes. Technically, Einwar's on the other side of the zombie, so yes.
They're exactly the same. So that would be 23.
Definitely hits.
Um, 7.
Alright, so 7 damage to the zombie. Zombie's not looking that great. Alright, so Dominic.
How far? So I moved 25 feet to do. Shoot.
So,
Never mind, I'm good.
first thing,
Hmm.
this button, does it both open and close this statue?
Yes.
So, is it an action or a bonus action to press a button?
I will let you make it as a bonus action.
So, first thing first, I press the button again.
Alright. Statue begins to close, go over it, and I'm gonna give the corpse flower a dexterity check to get out of the way. No. So I need you to roll 3d10.
Hold on.
It's a D12, you fool.
I don't know my shapes, man.
I just know buttons.
I think there's.
How much did you get for 3d10?
We got 19.
Jeez.
Alright, so 19 damage. the plant is not yet destroyed. It is it has been squished, for lack of a better term, but it has managed to pull most of itself out. It is definitely very, very damaged.
Is it in any way grappled or restrained?
We'll say that another one of the tentacles has gotten caught.
Also, did it have to move forward so that now that it's in the oil?
Let me see. I'm gonna roll a percentile dice here, and that's a 99. So yes,
If it moves, does that mean I get attack of opportunity?
yes,
Do I still got advantage?
yes.
That means Archie would get an attack of opportunity as well.
I have a 10-foot range. Actually, I don't even have that weapon in my hand, so I'm
It
10 feet
has
away.
it is a 10-foot radius, so
It has the range. I don't have range on it because I don't have the whip in my hand. I'm 10 feet away. I don't have attack of opportunity because I don't have my whip.
All right.
Do you have your name?
Okay, let's just resolve these attacks of opportunity.
22 to hit and
Yes.
nope. That was in 12 damage.
12 damage. All right, so definitely not looking well. So that was your bonus action, Dominic.
So, how far away is Archie from me?
Archie, from you, I'm going to say 20 feet.
So he's gonna waddle his way over there and just start cursing him out, Duroc this, Duroc that, the name of Duroc, you can't even stand up on your own. You should leave the button pressing the experts over here. And I'm gonna use healing word. Which is the one on him? The D8 one.
Cure
wounds.
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds.
So I smack him in the back of the head.
I shall be more than certain to leave the button pressing to you, sir.
Joe's been playing D&D for like 4 years now. The one with the D8.
It's a good 6.
Hey, that's more than he had.
All right. Okay. So, Dominic, that's your turn. Archie.
I am going to disengage from this thing.
All right.
And can I move? I want to move, say, 20 feet away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And gonna slug this health potion
All right.
and try to duck behind another coffin if it's available.
All right. So it is now the corpse flower's turn, and on its turn, as a bonus action, one of the corpses you see inside of it dissolves, and the damage that has been dealt to
This thing is so fucking cool. This thing is so cool.
the damage that has been dealt to it repairs itself a little bit.
I'm about to turn off my internet because it's so hard for me to not look this thing up right now.
Yeah. All right. So that's its bonus action. On its main action is its turn. The person who's done the most damage is Einmor, so it's going to attack Einmor with its one remaining not tied up tentacle. All right. Does a 20 hit your AC, Einmor?
Just barely.
All right.
A cast shield, not
He wishes he could.
on a level I would be able to.
Level
All right.
6.
11 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Natural 20.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
Let's switch. Here's my metal one. You give me that blue one, then you keep getting those 20s on. You baking dice, motherfucker.
All right, so you take 11 bludgeoning damage and manage to shrug off the poisonous vapors that surround the tentacle. So the next thing up is the zombie. The zombie's going to try to attack you, Cal. A 17, does that hit?
Oh man, yes.
Alright. So the zombie does 2 bludgeoning damage to you. So, Ainur, you're up.
I still have advantage for my attack, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to make a regular attack.
Alright. Are you sure? Because it did get the oil on it.
Ooh, it did.
You'll have disadvantage on a save to not turn on fire.
Okay, well, yeah, then I'm just going to go with Green Flame Blade.
Alright?
18. No, 8. 13.
That hits. This thing is not very well armored, but it has a lot of HP and the ability to heal itself.
That's a D12. There we go. 10. No, 12 plus another 3.
Alright, so that's 15
Yep.
in total.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to use second one here.
And then another 3 goes to the zombie, I assume?
Yep. So I gain back 13 health, so I'm back at full.
Alright, so I'm going to make have the Court Slayer make its Constitution saving throw to not turn on fire, and it has disadvantage, and it failed. So the Corpse Flower will now take an extra d6 of fire damage on each of its turns, and I'm going to take one immediately, and that's a 1. But every little bit counts when you're fighting something like this. Philippe.
I'm gonna shoot it.
All right.
So I'm gonna pop out,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a 23.
All right.
With a D10. 10, 11, 12, 13. 20 damage.
20 damage. It is barely standing up now.
Gotta love that sweet, sweet sneak attack damage.
Edwin.
Can I want to cast
Oh.
Shatter.
And hide?
It's got a 10-foot radius.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can hit it and the zombie, but without hitting anybody else?
Not in the zombie, because the zombie's kind of sandwiched between Ainur and Cal right
Okay.
now. But you can hit it and nothing else, because this thing is about
I will do that.
10
What's
feet
the
around.
save you have to make on it?
It's a Constitution save.
I'll take the damage.
Cal, are you cool with that?
I'm fine with whatever.
All right.
It's 3d10 is what I'm about to roll. I could possibly kill you. Or 3d8. So I could possibly put one of you down and hurt you at least a lot.
All right.
If they want if they're fine with
You
it,
do me a favor.
All right. All right.
you're still going to take damage.
You gotta roll the con save.
So it's a DC 13.
All right. It got a 3. It's taking all of it.
6, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it.
What's the save?
13.
Okay, I'm good on the save, so I take half damage.
Yeah,
or?
so it's 13 damage, so you guys will take half if they've made the save.
All right. So half we're gonna do the round up on all damage. So
Okay.
7 is half. But the Court Flower took all of it, and it only had 5 hit points left, so it basically just explodes.
Yes.
And there are
Hey,
there are pieces of plant gunk and corpses strewn everywhere.
Is the zombie still up?
The zombie also died.
Okay.
I'm gonna scrape some plant gunk and mostly the flower part into my bag.
We're taking a break, right?
I'm pretty
Yes,
sure
we are
it's just
taking a
all
break.
over this.
And by the way,
specifically the flower part.
you all level up.
Oh, look at that.
You get you some of that good stamen.